Star Trek Section 31 director reflects on journey from TV show to movie, a lot of twists and turns. Star Trek Section 31 director Olatunde Osunsanmi reflected on the journey of the project during New York Comic Con, explaining why it was made into a movie rather than a TV series. While the forthcoming Star Trek Section 31 will be the franchise's first TV film, it was originally envisioned as a spin-off series to Star Trek Discovery, focused on Philippa Georgiou, Michelle Yeoh. However, during the development process, it was later announced to be a film about her joining the secret Starfleet division while facing down her past in the Mirror Universe. Speaking with Screen Rant at New York Comic Con, Osunsanmi explained how Star Trek Section 31 was envisioned as a TV show in 2019, but concrete plans couldn't fall into place. However, the continued efforts of executive producer Alex Kurtzman, Paramount Plus, writer Craig Sweeney, and Yeoh led to the 2-hour feature being crafted. The director expressed hopes that the final product would offer an emotional story for viewers to grow attached to, highlighting the importance of it being a film. Check out what Osunsanmi had to say below. Yeah, Discovery does have its hands in a few different places. About 5 years ago, just over 5 years ago, we started this journey as a TV show, and I got invited to join by Alex Kurtzman and Paramount Plus, and we kept trying them out, kept falling apart, and it took a lot of twists and turns and all along the way. Michelle Yeoh stood with it, and then we ended up in this form as a movie, and it was the best version of all the different forms. Craig Sweeney wrote these unbelievable characters, and because of that moment in time, we were able to cast this unbelievable cast. If not for Michelle really just being the steward all the way through each iteration, we wouldn't be here right now. And this has definitely been very special to me, because it is a 2-hour movie beginning to end. It's been great getting to know the cast, some who you see here, some who aren't here, that hopefully will touch you and touch the audience in emotional ways. They touched me with what they did. Because Star Trek Discovery ended one section of the timeline Philippa is part of, her new movie acts as both a continuation of her story in the show and a new beginning. It's also the first movie in the franchise since 2016's Star Trek Beyond, and the first within Kurtzman's expanded universe for the sprawling sci-fi universe. Section 31 was first announced as a movie in April 2023, indicating how long it took for the decision to be reached after talks started in 2019. However, that length of time it took to decide Philippa's story would continue with a movie indicates the importance considered in perfecting which medium her tale deserved to be told in. With multiple Star Trek TV shows in the works already, from the final season of Lower Decks to the upcoming Starfleet Academy spinoff, the movie allows the franchise to feel more versatile in its storytelling capabilities. It also forces the story to focus on Philippa, providing central development for her character in the process. Our take on Section 31 being a movie instead of a TV show, the Star Trek universe has long been a beacon of science fiction, exploring complex themes of diplomacy, exploration, and the human condition. Yet few aspects of this vast universe have been as intriguing and secretive as Section 31, the covert intelligence organization operating behind the scenes of Starfleet. First introduced in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Section 31 has captured the imagination of fans, becoming a pivotal part of several series. Now, it's about to get its own spotlight in a full-length feature film. But according to the director, this journey from TV concept to blockbuster wasn't without its challenges. In a recent interview, the director of Star Trek Section 31, who had also helmed several episodes of Star Trek Discovery, reflected on the complex and winding road that led the secretive organization from episodic television to the big screen. When we first started talking about Section 31, we had no idea where it would go, he shared. It was a mysterious concept, something that lived in the shadows of the Federation, but it wasn't fully fleshed out yet. Taking that seed and growing it into a major cinematic experience was filled with a lot of twists and turns. The origins in TV. Section 31's rise in popularity. Section 31's origins lie in a single episode of Deep Space Nine, where it was introduced as a rogue organization that operated outside the jurisdiction of Starfleet. It was immediately a hit with fans, adding an element of moral ambiguity to the utopian future depicted in Star Trek. However, it wasn't until Star Trek Discovery brought the concept back to life that the idea of a standalone Section 31 project began to gain serious momentum. When we reintroduced Section 31 in Discovery, we saw this groundswell of interest, said the director. Fans were fascinated by the darker, grittier aspects of Starfleet, and they wanted to know more about the people who operated in those shadows. The feedback from the audience made it clear there was a hunger for a deeper dive into this part of the Star Trek universe. For the creators, the challenge was balancing the established lore with new ideas. Section 31 had always been something of a shadowy enigma, and expanding that into a fully fledged narrative required walking a tightrope between what fans already knew and the unknown. We didn't want to give away too much too soon, the director explained. Part of what makes Section 31 so compelling is that air of mystery. We had to carefully choose what to reveal and what to leave in the shadows. The leap to the big screen, a cinematic transformation, while the concept of a Section 31 TV spin-off had been floated for years, it wasn't until conversations within the Star Trek creative team began to focus on the big screen that the project found its true form. The director described the shift from television to film as one of the most dramatic twists in the journey. The idea was originally to do a limited series, something like a spy thriller set within the Star Trek universe, he said. But as we began to develop the story, we realized the scale of what we wanted to do was much bigger than what could be contained in a TV show. It was cinematic. It needed to be on the big screen. However, transitioning from episodic storytelling to a 2-hour film presented its own set of challenges. TV allows for slow burns, for plot lines to stretch out and develop over time, the director explained. But with a movie, everything has to be much more focused and concise. We had to distill years of story ideas into one film that would not only satisfy longtime fans, but also appeal to newcomers who might be unfamiliar with Section 31. The leap to a major motion picture also meant elevating the production values. The director revealed that creating a believable vision of the secretive, high-tech operations of Section 31 required some of the most cutting-edge visual effects ever used in a Star Trek film. We wanted the audience to really feel the difference between Section 31 and the rest of Starfleet. Their ships, their technology, their tactics, it all had to look and feel different, more advanced, more covert. Casting surprises and character arcs, one of the most anticipated aspects of the Section 31 movie is the return of Michelle Yeoh as Philippa Georgiou, the former emperor of the Mirror Universe's Terran Empire, who became a central figure in the Section 31 narrative in Star Trek Discovery. The director spoke at length about the decision to make Georgiou the film's protagonist. Michelle Yeoh's character is the perfect lens through which to explore Section 31, he said. She's complex, morally ambiguous, and has this incredible history within the Star Trek universe. Her story arc is going to take some unexpected turns, and it's been a joy to craft her journey in this film. However, Yeoh isn't the only star. The director teased the introduction of several new characters, including operatives who will challenge Georgiou in unexpected ways. One of the things we're most excited about is expanding the Section 31 universe. You're going to meet people who have been part of this organization for years, and their loyalties and motivations will add layers to the story. Looking ahead, the future of Section 31, as the director reflected on the project's evolution, he expressed excitement about the future of Section 31 within the Star Trek universe. This movie is just the beginning, he said. We've only scratched the surface of what Section 31 is and what it means for